Ace and Jason Morse, the
Morning.
Ace grilling expert. Good to have you, my friend.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Always a pleasure when you come in, mostly because you bring food.
Right, and we get to eat.
And we get to eat.
I see that.
We're talking about changing it up because burgers and hot dogs are great, but sometimes you want something different.
Yep.
And you're doing some fajitas that don't cost $1 gazillion.
They don't. No, we use skirt steak, which is fantastic. It grills hot and fast. It's wonderful. You know, one of the things to watch for is we pay attention to the way the grain is going.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we'll cook it this way and sear it off, but we'll cut it against the grain, and it's just beautiful. It performs really, really well. We'll season it, you know, and I always say as light or as heavy as you want, but let that kind of do its thing and work its magic.
My experience has been you almost can't over-season a steak, a fajita steak.
No, not at all. Because, you know, you're gonna season the peppers and onions.
Yeah.
You have the tortillas going as well. But what's nice about it is it grills hot and fast. And then if you look over here on the Weber, the beauty of this is we've got our entire meal on the grill. So we warmed our tortillas. Our friends at Raquelitas gave us some tortillas. We sauteed peppers and onions in cast iron, and we seared off our skirt steak, nice and hot and fast.
Nice.
I mean, that is like a perfect meal.
And so you cut that, like you said, against the grain is
let's bring it over here.
super important to
For
make sure you do that.
Very important, yeah. So what we're going to do is, we remembered when we cut it, the grains were going this way.
Right.
So all we're going to do is cut it against the grain, and
There
we
you
get
go.
just a nice, juicy, tender piece of steak, which works out dynamite.
Break me off some of that. And the interesting thing is you mentioned like how you remembered the grains because it's hard to see the grains after you cook it.
Yeah, it's just visualizing
Yeah.
like, okay, this is where it went, this is where I cut it, this is how I do it. And then again, everything we did was 100% on the grill. So we warmed our tortillas, we sauteed our peppers and onions in cast iron, and the nice thing is there's not a lot to clean up.
Right.
And you can add as much accoutrement or toppings as you want. I like to say fancy words in the morning. You can add as much of that as you want on the
good.
side. We've got enchilada sauce and tomatillo sauce and all that good stuff.
Hey, now's the time to buy a grill, though. I mean, this is kind of grill purchasing season,
It
right?
is, yeah. We've got huge sales too. So if you're an Ace Rewards member, you're going to get any grill $3.99 and above, free assembly, free delivery, and fuel. So if you buy a Traeger, you're going to get a free bag of pellets. You buy a Weber, you're going to get free gas. If you buy a Weber kettle, you'll get briquettes.
Well, that's
you buy
huge
a
because
big
that
green
can
egg.
cost a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's just a good savings. And free assembly, free delivery. So that's helpful.
There's nothing worse than putting it together, trying to get it back to your house.
Yep.
And I've even gone just to Ace to fill up my tank, and that's such an easy process there.
Yep.
As opposed to doing the exchange. You get
Yeah.
a better deal if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
actually get it filled up. So there you go. Nice job. Let's assemble. We'll
Yes.
assemble a little taco here as we send it back into Greg. Jason, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Good
We
to see you,
appreciate
my
it.
friend.
Good to
Always
see you.
great. And Jason does classes out at some of the Ace stores and stuff, so keep an eye out for Jason. Let's send it back into Greg. And doesn't that look amazing?
Kirk, have you ever
totally
carried a big green egg?
Have I ever carried one?
Yeah.
They gotta weigh like 1,000,000 pounds. The big
What?
green eggs.
Big green eggs, yeah, but they are awesome.
They
That
are
is-
awesome,
That is
yeah.
the ultimate cooking
And they're even
experience.
awesomer if you get them delivered.
That's
Right?
what I'm
Because
saying.
then when you
That's
get it
what I'm
delivered,
getting at.
You're cooking instantly.
There you go. It's delivered and you're cooking.
I have a friend who lured me over with barbecue as lure to get me to carry that thing